These were popular with Pacific ensemble strings, so I decided to do them again. So it's not heavy, romantic vibrato or anything like that. It's not. So don't think that the library can't do that. A lot of the library can do that, but this is kind of a reprieve from from that kind of stuff. And when I say that I've prepared these patches and kind of curated them, what I mean by that is uh, that I'm limiting the register. So for instance, the basses is just in the first octave and it's 8 VA. So and then you get over here so that it's cut off there. So that's what I mean by prepared. In the full library, you have obviously the full range, but I'm not wanting to give away the full library in the tech demo, so it's limited in some respects. Let's talk a little bit about the noise reduction or lack of noise reduction. So these get really soft. I'm lucky in that this space is not super noisy, but it's going to be somewhat noisy at those super low dynamics. If you crank that up, it's going to be noisy. I'm doing some noise reduction, but I'm doing definitely less noise reduction than Pacific. So if you want super clean library, this is not it. However, the noise reduction in the tech demo isn't going to be as final as the one in the final version of the library, but it's in the direction of being finalized. Okay, let's talk about the soft brass. So this is solo soft brass. I did some bonus brass for Vista II. It's not very complex. If you want something more expanded, there's the Vista II brass module. Solo horn, solo trumpet, solo bone. I forget if it was a tenor or a bass bone here. I have to check. But any case, just the bottom two dynamics that are recorded, I basically limited this patch just to those two dynamics. So it's like a soft solo brass patch. I don't actually even know why I included this because it's not really what the library is about. It's like a bonus thing, but still maybe usable. treble it with whispers. And I have two versions of this solo brass patch. I have tune version and a musically tuned version, which is tuned to some degree. Like I think this one is a 10-cent version, so if it's constrained to 10 cents. If it goes over 10 cents, then it is kind of constrained to 10 cents. So say there's like a pitch like this, and it was 11 cents or 13 cents over, it's going to be constrained, brought down to 10. Now, if it was 8 cents or 9, it's not going to be untouched. I don't know if that makes sense. But that's the approach I'm doing, at least for this. I don't know what I'll do in the final. I've had some people ask me about tuned versus untuned for the final, and I think that I'm going to probably include both, depending on the circumstance. But I haven't finalized that yet. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. It's going to be circumstantial, so it's not going to be across the board, everything tuned and untuned, tuned and untuned, because like solo legato, like clarinet, fading in back into the interval and stuff like that, working with untuned stuff is going to be really tricky for that. So there will be some untuned or less tuned options depending on the material. So it's the violins, cellos, basses, and then there's woodwinds, solo flute, solo piccolo, solo clarinet, solo bassoon, solo oboe, solo bass clarinet, solo contra bassoon, and I think that's it. These were not recorded together, but they sound like it. So they also are register limited. So flute might just occupy like 2 octaves here, and then the bass, the basses are 8 VA. I thought that this patch was going to be a good example to use because you hear everything in one room, and you hear kind of how the depth of the room plays into the sound. The woodwinds are limited register. So like the bassoon is just going to be occupying maybe an octave here. The flute is not going to be occupying its full register. And same with other instruments in this patch. In the full patches in the library, they are fully like the full register. It's just for the sake of this, it's limited. And also there's some octave doubling stuff as well. So yeah, this is the Tutti shorts. And I didn't include the brass on this because I still need to do some work on that. There was a low brass in this patch, but I took it out because it needs some more work. So it's just strings and winds.